Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Tyler.
And I'm Luke.
And I'm pretty excited. Don't know about you guys.
Hi,
he's AJ.
Hi,
AJ.
pretty excited.
I said
XD.
AJ.
Hi, AJ.
Good one, Tyler.
X lowercase xd.
Welcome back, EJ. Fun fact for everybody. When I initially approached Throwaway 93257 a long time ago and was like, hey, pick any episode. This was his first choice.
Oh, yeah,
So, yeah.
dude.
And then
This
we
is,
had to sadly tell him we're not doing that for another 4 years.
And lo and behold, it has been 4 years. So, welcome back on the
Yes.
episode that you've actually been really excited to do.
Thank you, thank you. I mean, I've been excited for the prospect of doing any of the season 1 songs, but I mean, this one it's for sure on top for me, so I'm glad that I get to be on this one.
Yes.
Super excited. Gonna be a good episode.
I'm a big fan of this episode. I'm also a big fan of the fact that you're going to take the reins for the song that I know the least out of the bunch.
There it is.
So that's good.
I came prepared when it came to that one. That's over half my note file right now.
Did you know that there's, for everybody at home, go look up, there's a Spanish version of that song? It's hype as hell, dude.
I don't want to say it's cursed in case the reviewer.
There are many cursed versions of that song.
Hey, if
But
I'm
we'll get
watching
to
right
it.
now, I enjoyed it. Just saying.
I respect it. Yeah.
So last time we asked, in your opinion, what season of Sunshine had the better songs and why? Being season 1 or season 2? And we got a bunch of really good comments on this one. A lot of you guys seem to lean towards season 1, but we got a few season 2 boys in there. I want to discuss two. The first one by our friend, The Flames of Idle Hell and Fooded Keep Me Warm. First of all, I thought it might as well be me who made this account because yes. I liked Wonderful Stories more until I heard the full version. One word Ruby and Hanamaru solos where everyone else gets full solos immediately makes me dislike a song. So my hit list is Aqours Heroes, Mirai Boku, My List to You, and Landing Action Yeah, and Wonderful Stories.
And they're all bad. Look at that.
If you are I hate you.
Joke.
If you are new to this podcast, I gotta meet my daily talking about people disliking Ruby and defending her quota. And this has been a hot take for the past 17 million episodes of me getting mad at Lantis for this. So there we go. Although that does not really pertain to the question that much, but hey. Anyway, we got one coming in from Leo Strons.
He just wanted to say the name.
Yeah, honestly.
Same.
No, it was a good comment though, for real. Anyway, as a person who usually prefers duo/trio and subunit songs over full unit songs, Sunshine Season 1 manages to impress me quite a bit with the songs. And maybe listen to them a lot more than I normally do when it comes to full unit and insert songs. As for Season 2, My Tonight is my absolute favorite for sure. It's just a wonderful song and I have a soft spot for traditional-ish Love Live songs. And the others are pretty much what I expected from full group songs, which is why I didn't like them as much, even though they are still good. The OP and the ED are a bit disappointing to me, but that's probably just because of how much I like the first season's OP and ED and their B-sides. I don't think there was a period in that comment. I'm at...
Breathe. Okay. You can relax now.
Yes, I agree. I just think they're a lot more exciting in general, just because it's not the norm, I guess. And I don't think that would make, for me, like a season better or worse because of it, but it does make it more interesting. And that is one of the reasons I like season 1 more, because the songs, on average, I think, are a little bit more interesting. And I like how you picked arguably the most interesting song from season 2, so we're in the same kind of boat here. So that's my take on this. Anyway, what about you, Luke?
We're gonna do Panajam. It's still one of my favorite names in the comment section. Just gravitate towards you every time. So
I know, like the picture too. It's a comfy picture.
Yeah, this is a comfy, ultra rare. I'd say both season 1 and 2's set of songs were pretty good, better than SIP's in my opinion. However, season 2 barely wins out for me. So they did all four of them. So we got Love Live Sunshine season 2. The ED and My Tonight were so good. Probably 2 of my top Aqua songs. Plus the other songs this season were pretty strong. There weren't any songs that I found underwhelming. We got Sunshine season 1. Season 1 songs were really good as well, but I like the season 2 songs overall a bit more. Wajuku Dreamer still remains a song I love. Heart.
Same.
Including the SIP seasons in the ranking, both Sunshine seasons are above them. So we got SIP season 2. Most were good, though I didn't care for Happy Maker. Same. None are any of my top favorites, but I really like Love Wing Bell and Dancing Stars. I agree, season 2 is just, I feel overwhelmingly stronger than season 1. Season 1, sadly, none of the songs are ones I adore. Most are on the lower half of my Muse song ranking. Start Dash, both versions, would probably be my favorite. I guess the one song in season 1 that I really, really adore is No Brand Girls, but other than that, other than that, it's pretty middling.
I think about like Sunshine. Oh jeez, I think about SIP season 1 songs, and I'm like hyped to think about it. I'm like, yeah, No Brand Girls, yeah, Start Dash. Hold on, and then I kind of hit like a metaphorical like mental speed.
Then we hit that
bump here.
Metaphorical bottom quarter of the list. Speed.
Yeah,
bump.
then I hit like the Do I Mention Wonder Zone? Like,
where does Kotori's funny song? Where does that
Kotori's cute song about fluffy macarons.
Where does that one rank in? So
it gets its own special list.
Great comment. Really went above and beyond what we asked you. Shout out to the homie.
EJ, extra credit.
Would you like to answer this question? And do you have any questions or answers that you like?
I very much would like to answer this question, and I'm going to do it by first picking out a couple of answers that I really liked from this set of comments that we got this time. So the first comes from Dextroy Fuller, and in particular the part that I want to read is, I definitely prefer Sunshine S1's music, and I think you guys hit the nail on the hammer, haha, as to why S2's music might be underwhelming by comparison. In short, the songs just weren't integrated very well. Almost all of them were some kind of variation on Never Give Up and or Make a Miracle Happen, and had very little, if any, connection to their respective episodes. They're great in terms of composition and production, but without a strong tie to the story and characters, they just end up being a quick spectacle rather than a long-lasting emotional experience. And the reason that I read that part in particular is because that lines up with half of my answer, along with something that Luke said in last week that I'll come back to if we have the time. But if you look at the anime itself, Sunshine Season 2 definitely took things in a more dramatic direction than we've seen from any of the other seasons, and they clearly tried to reflect some of that in the music of this season. And I think the strongest example of that would be the ED Yuki wa Dokoni, because like it borrows heavily from EDs of seasons past, but it's much less overtly cheerful or reassuring than something like a Donatoki Mozuto. And instead it really tries to draw the listener in from an emotional angle, which is what a lot of the character-driven episodes of this season try to do as well. So that's a probably good chunk of the reason why my answer is S1 for this question. But then the other half of it was touched upon in a comment from Zetsui380. And Zetsui says, for Water Blue New World, I really liked the first 22 seconds of that song. It really blew me away. The rest, on the other hand, not so much. Don't get me wrong, it's a decent song, but to me, it just sounded a bit, for lack of a better word, generic for an Aqours song. I mean, outside of the first 22 seconds, it just doesn't do anything that makes it stand out from the rest of the songs, especially the instrumentals. To me, the instrumentals just sound way too similar to the OPs of S1 and S2. And that's the particular point that I brought this comment up for, and it really is what settles the debate of S1 versus S2 for me. And it's the fact that S2 music really wears its influences on its sleeve. And that's not inherently a bad thing, but it's something that keeps me from enjoying it to the extent that I do with S1 songs. And what I mean by that is a lot of the set pieces of S2 music, like the really important and identity-defining pieces of these songs, they feel unusually reminiscent of, or like similar to previous Aqours songs, and even some Muse songs to an extent. And you guys have actually covered a few examples. Like I know Tyler has mentioned Awaken the Power having the Doko A's from Wonderful Rush. And that's honestly one of the tamer examples in this season. There's like a number of compositional elements and instrumentation choices that are like similar to songs we've heard. Like sometimes it feels like you're listening to an amalgamation of like 5 or 6 Aqours songs. Like I saw a comment.
And we'll get
recently,
to one today.
That's very true. But like we've heard in this most recent season, there's like a bridge transition from Mirai Ticket that I think I heard in Miracle Wave and Wonderful Stories. I saw a comment recently on a piano arrangement of Water Blue New World that someone enjoyed the Omoyo Hitoto Ninari motif that they heard in there. And again, Yuki wa Dokoni borrowing from the ED formula. There's all that kind of stuff. And I mean, again, it's not a bad thing. Obviously, there are people who enjoy hearing those kind of callbacks. But what I really enjoyed about S1 music in comparison to S2 is that it established for me that Aqours music was something that was going to be pushing the boundaries of what we expect the franchise to sound like. And it's definitely something I got more out of S1. So that is my answer in all those words. S1 over S2 for me.
TLDR, S1 over S2.
Exactly.
They later on go on to say about how S1 also had a real performance of Saint Snow and S2 didn't. Yeah, listen, man, I've said it before. I paused the episode on my phone to get headphones so I could properly listen to Dropout, and then Lantis just ruined my life when they cut to black. I thought my video froze. I was like, no, No way. Yeah, so there's that. But anyway, yeah, I agree. I think season 1 is my my good. I like it. For all those reasons that you just said, not to take an endless amount of time here.
Apologies.
Let's take another 20
guys
minutes.
I'm passionate about this.
I respect it.
So as we did for, I always say Sunshine when I'm trying to say SIP. As we
I would
did
say
for
SIF.
SIP season 1. Yeah, as we did for School Idol Festival season 1. We are going to go through and just briefly touch on each episode and, discuss songs when we actually get to them. This isn't an episode discussion podcast, as I'm sure you were aware, and I'm sure I think one of our commenters made it aware that they hate this segment, but that's okay.
I want to talk about the cute girl show.
Yeah, so episode 1, I Want to Shine, or Kagayakita. There it is. Oh, jeez. This is the episode where Chika's wandering around Akiba aimlessly.
As a first year, she's got an orange ribbon on.
What are you doing?
Or I guess yellowish orange, whatever. That's the rare Chika.
And then she sees U's, as she says.
Yeah. The classic.
We're introduced to our good buddy Yo Watanabe. Like, hello, I'm the childhood friend character.
Hello, I'm the white-haired childhood friend character that really likes costumes. Thinking emoji.
Alright, listen, man. That's one of the reasons I left Love Live Hell. People saying stuff like that. I'll kill you in real life.
Love Live Hell. I think this is the third time in the last 2 episodes you said I'll kill you in real life. So we're doing
Actually,
well.
It is.
I'm pushing. I'm getting pushed, man. This is the breaking point.
No,
so this is
really fun episode. We Rico shows up out of the blue.
I'm pretty sure everybody's in this episode, right? It just
everybody gets
like
little snippets.
bursts.
You hear
Yeah,
you hear Mari in the helicopter over the top going, oh.
Oh.
What does she say?
Yeah,
there it is. Rico goes plunging into negative 40-degree water and dies. And this is truly where the fever dream begins.
Yeah, Kanan breaks her father's legs on screen.
Chika dives into the 40 below water, and that's when the fever dream of the entire series begins. In season 1 of SIP, it was when Hanukkah gets hit by the car. But for season 1 of Sunshine, it's when she dives into the negative 90-degree water.
Yeah, first of all, Hand in Hand, there's no evidence of Hand in Hand happening. Hand in Hand is just wonderful stories. It doesn't happen. Hand in Hand does not actually happen, and it's imagined.
We gotta put a deep lore warning.
Before this deep lore warning before this episode. Don't watch it if you're not ready.
Yoshiko falls from the tree and breaks her goddamn legs. Or ankles or
Shout
whatever.
out to dubbed Yoshiko. Pretty solid. I'm a big fan of dubbed Yoshiko in that scene.
I don't hate the dub, honestly.
All dubs must die. That's a joke. I watched dubbed Evangelion, and there's 4 good voice actors in it, so what can you do?
We got my longest piggy ever.
Yeah, the world's longest piggy. That's the retro one. That's the OG, dude.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, coming from the caveman, small brain watching Sunshine first, me,
tiny brain.
I didn't have the galaxy brain yet. I didn't realize that Rico was from Otonokizaka. So that was like a thing that I learned on my rewatch. I mean, it was like heavily implied. I mean, they said it,
but you didn't know what Otonokizaka was.
Yeah, I'm like,
you didn't understand how important that is. I respect it.
So Anyway, then Chika gets a big time fever, and we have Hand in Hand. So you guys want to dive
she's
into
dying
Hand
in the water. She is frozen.
Someone asked for an edit a long time ago of Rico and Chika, when Rico's I want to find the sounds of underwater. Someone asked me to edit a shark in the background. I'll throw that up right now. Here's a picture of them swimming into a great white shark. So there's that. Anyway, you guys ready for Hand in Hand?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
right from the get-go of the song, there's no breaks. There is no breaks on the Hand in Hand train. This is a fast song through and through, except for the part where it's not a fast song. But
There's
other
no
than
breaks
that,
on the gay train.
oh, this is I don't know if they're gay yet. First of all, okay, we got to start with the premise of the song. Much like Wonderful Stories, it didn't happen. The song is a vivid fever dream.
This is like confirmed 100% vivid fever dream. Unlike Wonderful Stories, which isn't confirmed, probably didn't happen. You know, they probably didn't dance around the school after it got closed. This is 100% a fever dream because it goes out of it, and Rico's like, "The hell are you doing? What do you want?"
Yeah, and then she's like looking at her like in the
She
middle of
just
class, like
had her
hello?
hand out for the last 4.5 minutes.
She's like drooling. Please stop.
Yeah, she's just drooling. Her eyes are super red because she's had them open the whole time.
That's probably why she says no at first. I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, she's just
Yeah,
standing there breathing heavily. Just
No, there's actually nothing Rico wanted more than to join, but she's like, I will not join if it's with you.
Yo's regretting joining at this point.
Yeah, her head's down on her
She wants
desk,
out.
like, God damn it.
Get me out.
But
But enough with the lore.
No, okay. I really did want to talk about the really fast percussion though. I've messaged you, EJ, about this. I was like, EJ,
Oh, yeah.
this part of the song, what the hell is going on here with the drums? And you've come up with, it's just a really fast Motown beat. I think that's what you determined.
Exactly. So like there's obviously variations on Motown beats, but if you distill it just to its simplest elements, a lot of it is just like snare bass alternating on like eighths or whatever. And yeah, if you speed it up enough, it sounds like a rock beat.
And it's just, that's all it is, just like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 for like a lot of the song, especially at the beginning of the chorus. So if you want to listen to that, I recommend just, starting at the beginning of the chorus and listening to the drums.
Yeah, the percussion's actually pretty interesting in the song. Like, particularly what I think is interesting is the snare. And it's because there's basically 3 types of like snare, air quotes, in the song. 2 of them are like actual snares. One of them is like the standard tuning, like pop rock sounding snare that's most of the verse and the chorus beats. And then the second is like this hollower sounding snare, which is, I can't quite tell if it's like the chain is down or if it's the head itself being intentionally overtuned, but either way it's pretty cool. And then the third is the claps, which I consider like part of the snare in this whole percussion line. But it's like really
the literal claps, like the double claps.
You guys heard me clapping during the beginning. I think they're sick.
Yeah, we heard
that.
Like it's obviously it's made clear by the PV. Like the beginning, they're just clapping to the beat, and so you're supposed to follow along. But what is
claps are also cheating.
Yeah, that's it gets me every time.
Claps are cheating, woos are cheating. We gotta woo.
Sunny Day Song, like I could be driving and like having like a really bad day, and like Sunny Day Song comes on, it's like like stop what I'm
you gotta get it real quick. You gotta get it in real quick.
They do claps in like 2 different ways in this song though, which is really cool. So like the more prominent one is just like straight linear eighths, so it's just constant clapping, like 1 and 2 and that kind of thing. And so that's like during the first couple lines of each chorus if you want to listen to that. And then the other one is what you hear in the beginning and like the bridge and outro and stuff, and it's what the girls were copying to in the PV also. So it's like it's upbeat quarters plus a 16th, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
You lost me. Okay, now I get it. Okay.
just had to make it clear. So you have basically like these 2 polar opposite approaches, right? Like one super linear and then one on the upbeats. And I think it's pretty cool just to have those 2 very conflicting styles. But what's even cooler is what they do later on. I think it's in the chorus. And what they do is first in the intro, they start out with like the lighter instrumental. And so they're easing you into the song basically by doing this more groovy style, like the upbeats. And then as soon as they start kicking into the rest of the intro, where the rest of the instrumental is, they start going into the linear, more driving pattern. So that's one thing. And then the other one is when they go back to it in the middle of the chorus. So like at the beginnings of choruses, like I was saying before, you have that driving style, just the eighths. But for like a single measure, they sneak in that the upbeat, just like the 1 and 2 and kind of thing. And it works as like a transition before they go into like the vocal triplets, which otherwise would be pretty jarring. So I think it's a cool use of it.
Super neat song instrumentally. Before we move on to other stuff, real quick, short thing about the PV. Pretty good. The knees. Can we mention the knees real quick?
The knee bounces.
The knees when they're on the
Talk
bench.
to 'em.
My favorite moment in any PV. It's so good. Okay, I'm done with the PV. We can move on to more instrumental. Talk about some vocals real quick.
Right.
I love this song vocally. It feels like a super good song for someone that just started watching Love Live Sunshine. Obviously, there's like a massive peak in popularity with Love Live Sunshine. So it was season 1, and this song feels like a great vocal song for someone that just started, getting into Love Live, because all 3 of the members are like very,
No, go ahead. It's gonna lead exactly into what I want to say.
All three members are like super into their niche, you know, doing what they do. Riko's like super soft and airy. Yo's got that like little bit of shrillness to her voice going really well. Chika has a great end of song solo, which she does very often, just like Hanukkah. You know, that's the main orange-haired main character, Chan, always popping off. So I feel like this song is super good vocally for someone that's just getting into Love Live. Very, very good song. Very good first song to play during the season.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, like, I guess the official time to tell the story now, even though I've certainly told this like within the last 2 weeks about how
certainly told us about 6 times.
How I thought this was actually like the ED for
Yes.
Sunshine. I was like, wow, the ED's lit, and then it wasn't. I mean, the ED is still lit, but this is what I thought was the ED. It's so great.
Imagine the universe where this is the ED and they just keep adding in more of the characters with each week, or every time new characters get added into Aqours.
Don't give me things
Let's
I
think
want
about that.
I know
We're
I'll
in
never
the
have.
wrong universe.
All of a sudden, like, Yumegataru just becomes the song I'm angry at perpetually. Like, why are you ED? Now, would I be wrong to say that in most situations, like, Riko is very nice to have in the song because she elevates it, but she's not necessarily like a show stealer? I think in this song, Yoshiko is a goddamn show stealer in this song. Like, she kills it in this song.
Her solo,
and I'm not usually one to say that.
Her solo is pretty talented. Like we talked, I remember we talked about it a couple months ago. Like, in not just randomly thinking of a song as a girl song when it's not their song. Like Daya, what was it? This was a long time ago.
I know Uta.
Yeah. This was decades ago. But like calling that the Daya song, even though it's not the Daya song, like I think of this song as a Riko song, just because of that solo in the song. I absolutely
the Yumega absolutely.
Yeah, she pushes
That's
into
how I think
like
about it.
a range that she only ever reaches in like a couple of other songs. Like I know she does in Yume Kataru and a little bit in Shadowgate to Love, and then there may be another like more recent example, but those are the only two I can remember right now. So it's a rarity.
Yeah, for her to reach up for those real high notes. Yeah, and it's super fun to listen to. Really love her vocals in this song.
It's also what is the music theory word? Oh, forgive me, music theory subreddit. Oh no.
It's also noise.
What is the name for when you sing something different than how you normally sing it? It's not an
different
augmentation.
sound.
Yeah, different sound. There it is.
Adjustment.
It's a different sound. So like in the first time that the Chika sings it, I think in the first chorus is Yumega humaderu na 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 na.
Oh yeah.
And then how Riko sings it in the end is completely different. She's like Yumega humaderu yokawata no, and then it like she does a little bit of vibrato on the no, and it's completely different. There's bells blaring in the background. We're all at church. It is just this climax of a climax, and I love it. I think this song is so great for a number of reasons. A lot of things are very subtle about the song. Like, we've often talked about like things, maybe like the bells in Wonderful Stories, where it's like impossible to ignore the fact that there's bells in this song. It's like Jesus Christ. Not that that's a bad thing, but I feel like in this song, if you like really listen to it, and you're like, oh hey brass, like oh hey bells, like it's not overwhelming and it's just so pleasing. You know what I mean? It's just pleasant. And I like that a lot in the song when it's like really subtle, but like you're listening to it, but you don't really get it until you like actually listen critically to the song, and you're like, oh okay, Yeah,
there's a lot going on. Obviously, much more than our next song, right, EJ? The reference to a conversation we were having earlier. Shout out to the guy on the Reddit. Really set me up for that joke. He set me up a couple months ago, however long ago it was.
Yeah, another pretty cool thing that they do, at least as far as subtlety in their instrumentation, is they tailor the pre-choruses a little bit to whoever's doing the singing in that section, like the solo. So like the first pre-chorus, which is sung by Chika, you have that driving distorted guitar, and then in the second one where Riko's singing it, you have a much lighter piano backing.
Oh, it's piano.
Exactly.
Oh,
There you go. They do that kind of stuff in these songs.
I'm having a vivid fever dream now.
You want to dance a little bit?
You want to talk about
Let's
that?
get that song going. Just right in the middle of this section.
Knees? You want to bump some knees real quick? I'll sit up. Okay.
No, play the nice Riko piano. Wait, no. Riko piano.
Down below, who is who? Who's sitting in the middle doing the knees? Who's sitting on the left? Who's sitting on the right? Let us know down below.
Send us your edits.
All right, now play the Riko piano pre-chorus. I swear, play the goddamn pre-chorus. I'll kill you. That's 4. Okay, I'm not usually a boy to, like, praise a not full version because I usually think like 90% of the time the full yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah.
Are you okay?
Full
Stroking
version
out?
I usually really enjoy the full version, even if it like doesn't live up to my expectations. I still always prefer the full version, but in Hand, well, speaking of butt, that's kind of ironic that we're getting there. I love the way Hand in Hand ends in the PV size version. The and
strike a pose.
And then they like, yeah, they strike the pose, and then Chica's like standing there in the classroom like,
please.
I just love how that ends, and it's cool how it ends in the normal version, but I just like the because they do it twice in the end, and they don't do it right from the. I just I don't know. I really like the ending in the short version. I think that's what stuck with me the most, and it's really they're only like 2 notes apart, so I don't know.
The issue
it's nice
with PV cuts is I just want to listen to more of the song. While I agree, great PV cut, 130 does not do it for me, or however long the PV cut
I
is.
agree. I just wish that they had the PV cut at the end of the normal version. You were talking about dancing before. I got all excited to talk about dancing, and then we talked about letting us know down below.
Luke. Sorry, it was important.
In the live performance for this song, they running, they going, they're going somewhere.
Yeah, the live for the song is so good. Hell yeah.
Where are they going? Let us know down below where they
going.
They run around, they're pretending to be airplanes, or at least Anshan is.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm remembering it all. We gotta watch the subbed version.
Oh, I'm hype. I actually have it bought legally.
Yeah, same. I bought it and just downloaded the subs from
Lantis
Onibe.
is watching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, Lantis is here. I feel like I just like incriminated myself in front of the police. Like, what's the?
I wonder if Lantis
like,
would care if we streamed it through Twitch.
You get pulled over by Lantis, like, what's this? It's like, oh, Daisuki dattara Daijoubu with _.mp3.
.ogg.
Yeah, there it is. Normally, like, choruses for me, if I think of a song that has like a really like, because I was talking to my friend about this today. I love songs where maybe not like the whole song you're really into, but there's like this one part of the song that just does it for you. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you can't wait to get to that part of the song.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the case for Hand in Hand because I like the whole song. But the chorus is just full of that.
It's a
like,
banger.
I honestly can't. Yeah, I can't decide if I like the actual like the na 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 of the beginning chorus or the Ishoni da da da.
I like that part because that's where they switch back to the claps, the offbeat claps or upbeat claps.
And it's just, I can't wait to get to that part every time. It is just so
When the
nice.
chorus-
Mm-hmm.
This whole song, I don't know. This is one of those songs where it's like, you drag your finger along the slider and whatever it lands on, you're completely happy with if you had to
Yeah.
pick one. One of those.
When the chorus comes on for the song, you know, like I don't know what it's called, the dance move where you just swing around your arms in circles really quickly. I just feel like doing that. I don't know what it is about it. You know, you always see the meme
in what
videos.
direction?
You know, like the goth kids dancing under the bridge when they're just like swinging their arms around in all kinds of like crazy circles.
Yeah, like the industrial like cyber goth
I feel
dance.
like doing that. It
That's
just
the
comes
next
to me.
set
I
coming
don't think it's even in rhythm. It just comes to me. I can't do it, but it's here. Where's RPV?
There's some.
We'll fly. I'll fly EJ and Tyler up to Alaska, and we can record this PV at 40 below.
We'll do our own mirrored dance video.
The most optimal
The most
location, not
optimal.
flying one person down. We're gonna do our own version of the that one start dash video where there's a bunch of lube on the
Yes, but only in 40 below outside
floor. Oh, of course.
after freezing.
The
rain.
high harmony, the high harmony in the beginning, the hand in hand. Okay, so in Bokutachi, yeah, we're reaching here. In the Oz before the pitched up last chorus, you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the ah part. You can pretty much just sing any note and it's almost guaranteed to be in the harmony of that. And that's like almost the same for when they sing hand in hand. Like the actual note they sing is like na na na. But what I like to sing is na na na. And you could even go higher, you go na na na.
You can go lower. Dude, you can make that all state off of an octave and a half.
And it's just every time I sing that, just a different group of notes come out. It's great. Okay, I got one more thing to talk about, and it's about the ending. So, two. First one is cheating. Song we always got to talk about composers and arrangers. Composers composed and arranged by Takuya Watanabe, who also made Happy Party Train. Wow, they're really good at Aqours songs.
They're really good at
All right,
making me want to dance.
Yeah. I don't actually have any ways to really connect this to Happy Party Train too well, but I just thought it was nice to see. Do you, EJ, was that one of your notes?
That was not actually one of my notes. Maybe it's something I should have thought about.
Okay, perfect. So the last thing I want to talk about is the very last part of the song, because up to the first time, what am I saying? Okay, at the end of the first chorus, you got the young Jatamera wana ide wa akira meta kunai, and that's really good when it's sung the first time because it's alternating. I think it's Riko and Yo, right? Alternating the last two?
I think it alternates and then Chika does the last one.
Kimeta, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. And then the last one, as in they only do it twice in the song. So at the very end of the song, the Jatamari wara ine de, it is sung by everybody, and there is no alteration at all. And it is just grandiose. It is bombastic. It is all these synonyms. It is great. And that's a really great ending for the song. And I'm left with a feeling of satisfaction every time I listen to Hand in Hand. I just think it's so fantastic. I want to hold hands with somebody when I listen to this song. I want to bounce my knees.
Let's hold hands.
Can we? All right, here I am.
My hand is on the mic also.
All right, everybody. All right, we got to bounce our knees. You guys ready?
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, thank you.
Perfect. That's bonding right there.
Gonna be on the local news. Podcast deafens the entire audience.
Hey, I never got above like 12 decibels. You guys are fine. I was super afraid I was just about to blast someone's eardrums.
Unless you guys have something more to say about it, I think that's a lovely ending to a lovely song.
Great song. 10 out of 10.
Great song.
With bang.
And I guess while we're here,
the song is good.
Is good. Is that like?
Can we get Reggie on the show?
I've seen videos of like babies like crying, and then someone says like a random ass word to them. They're like apple, and then the baby stops crying because they have to say it too. That's like, me and Luke are like an intense argument, and someone says something is good, and we both stop. We're like, that something is good.
Yeah, we do that all the time. We need to get Reggie on the show. We need to get him. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna find you, Reggie. I know you're listening, and we're gonna talk. I'm gonna get you to say the song is good. From Nintendo.
So while we're in
America.
what if we only get Tyrone? That's like the next.
Oh, let's
thing.
get Tyrone. Let's get Tyrone on the show.
Dude, that's a
All right,
doable
let's
thing.
crowdfund
That is,
in the comments.
Hey, let us know
for this
down
episode.
below if we should crowdfund to get Tyrone on the
yeah,
show.
let us know. Yeah, let us know down below if you're going to give us money
For Tyrone.
Thank you in
For
advance.
Tyrone. It's not for us. It's for Tyrone.
Anyway, so while we're already on our 20-minute recording, actually it hit 20 minutes as I was saying that. That was more than planned. We should continue on with episode discussion. What do you guys think?
Gucci, dude. Gucci.
All right, so the next one is called Catch the Transfer Student, which don't do that. That sounds dangerous. Do not catch humans.
This episode should be called Catch the Ruby, because this is when Chica sets up the trap. The lollipop.
Oh, with the lollipop?
Yeah, dude, sets her up. And she's like... Is that
Works
When
every
you told
time.
me, I told you, like, I think I like Ruby as a character. You were like, yeah, watch out, she gets lured by lollipops. I'm like, what is it?
What
I
does
thought this
it
was like,
mean?
I was like, deep lore, like Dengeki G's magazine reference, and then I watched the next episode and it happened like immediately. I was like, oh, okay.
No, really fun. We get Mari. We get some legendary. Oh, what was that? That's in this episode.
No, next
that's
episode.
episode 3. Yeah, you're right. Ah, damn it. Can we say "damn it" on the
Spoiler
podcast?
alert for those who haven't seen episode
I've
3
said
yet.
damn
Spoiler alert for people that haven't seen
Pause the video
episode
right
3.
now, just, check out those next 2 episodes.
Yeah. Let's see, what else do we got?
There's this lovely thing out. It's called Perfect Dream Project. You'll love it.
Rico and Chica almost commit Sudoku by falling from their houses just to make out.
They've all almost died several times.
It's going pretty well.
We find out that Daya is just the biggest dork of all
Yo,
time.
yeah.
That was such a great twist. I liked that.
So my favorite thing about our tags, real quick, on our videos, is we definitely have a tag for use and muse and M-U-S, M-U apostrophe S.
Oh, that is
That's how you
something
get 'em,
I do.
man.
Listen, okay, so I know
No.
like, about
it's totally
like, zero,
right. It's just funny.
like about 0% of our audience is actually going to search for Muse songs by actually typing in Alt 230 to get the Muse symbol. So I do that just in case we get the lucky subscriber. And I also do use and muse.
Yeah.
I should also do muse, like M-U-N-E. Or
M-U-N-E? No, let's do that one.
Yeah.
You're just gonna get in like.
Yeah, let's do Mune.
Yeah, we're gonna
You're just gonna get a plug-in baby.
Yeah, we're gonna get a
Hysteria.
flood of mid 2000s
We're gonna be
British rock fans.
We're gonna get like, what are we just gonna make our whole description like? Ignore this part. Love Live, Sunshine, Idols, Idol Master. Like, you know those people that just put like 500 tags
dude,
in the description. Wonder we're gonna be them.
Maybe those people will give us the money for having Big Tyrone on.
Yeah, sick discussion of episode 2, by the way.
We banged it out.
Episode 3, first step or fasto step.
All right, there's one thing we got to talk about in this episode 1. We get some Mari action in this one.
We get the only Mari action. She won me over. Listen, man, I was in a Facebook group at the time. I still am. But anyway, I was like, here's my first impression of all the Love Live girls. And then I like listed my first impression of all the Love Live girls. I think mine for Dio was like has like the sandiest attitude. How do you fit this much sand in one attitude? When it got time to talk about Mari, I was like, no. That was my answer. No, I didn't want to talk about Mari.
And I told you.
Because I thought she'd be just this dumb idiot character. And lo and behold, on episode 3, I was completely right. She is this dumb idiot character, but I love her so much.
Are you telling me that Japan never made it past episode 2?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because Mari gets rated pretty low in a lot of the polls, right?
Like
That's it. Yeah,
Feels
that's
bad.
why.
Tyler is...
We figured it out.
Yeah, Japan never got past episode 2.
That's what, dude. My theory is that there's more Kanon than Western audiences are led to believe with how much Japan likes Kanon. It's like, listen, man. I love Kanon, but Japan is like actually in love with Kanon more than any like.
Well,
other
I mean,
girl.
she's pretty. She's pretty cute.
Listen, man. I love Kanon, but like Japan.
You see that
like,
ponytail? Okay, what if Japan is an alternate universe where Kanon gets a lot more character development? No. What if all of our polls from Japan just come from an alternate universe? There we go. Where Kanon gets as much screen time as Mari in season 1.
What is this episode even about?
this lore is like Mariana Trench Deep.
Oh, they decide the group's name in this episode because
They also
Scheming Daya sets it up.
Muse 2.
Muse 2, Electric Boogaloo.
They get set up with the proposition of they must fill up the gym or else they must
Tyler,
disband.
can you give me a phone call real quick?
You know, I will.
My
Hold on.
ringtone is a good callback to season 1. So this has been my ringtone since season 1. Super proud of it. I've gotten a lot of weird looks from family members. Who is this calling me? Hello? Who is this?
Well, I already
No.
heard the call.
No, I'll just have that.
It was just a
that's
joke.
another missed call that I'll always have. Oh my god. The blood bank of Alaska keeps calling me to go give blood. I'm like, I just gave blood. This is unhealthy.
I'm dying. No, but Chica's sister comes in clutch with the everybody from my work
With
show
thousands
up
of people.
Yeah, I don't know how everyone has that much time at work. The boss is furious because they didn't stay till 11 p.m. like everyone else does in Japan. Daya shows up and makes sure that there's power with the backup generator.
Well, no, that
Super clutch.
How
that
much power
was
does-
Ruby and Hanamaru. Daya
it? It says Daya here
Daya walks
on the
forward and is furious.
While Daya secretly hooks up the backup generator, allowing them
The
to continue.
lore.
I don't know,
I'm
man.
telling you, alternate dimension, man.
Yeah, and then what happens? They don't
Kanon's
die.
hanging out.
Yeah, she's
Outside.
outside with her umbrella. Mari's watching them like, you guys suck.
Yoshiko's taking a page out of Nico's book
yeah,
and
dude.
having the surgical mask with the
She's
sunglasses.
haunted. Super fun
Yeah.
episode.
And they perform their
And
hearts
they perform
out.
their farts.
Does anybody know
their
the
farts
name?
out. I just said farts.
Hello?
I just said farts. Oh man, can we just let's play this song?
Hey, here's Daisuki. Wait. Daisuki dattara Daijoubu, otherwise known as Daijoubu
Also known as
Daijoubu, which I
playing
will be
their
referring
farts
to.
out.
きらりときめきが生まれたんだと気がついたわけは目の前の君だってことさラララララララララララやってみたい動き出したところはまだ迷いを抱えて揺れているよ
So I want to start this discussion off by actually reading another one of the comments from your last video. Just
So we
part of
got
it.
got a question coming in from. All right, go ahead.
Let's go.
So I love Snickers 155 says, like, I'm more likely to listen to My Mai Tonight over Daisuki, Dattara, Daijoubu. And, you know, that's a perfectly acceptable opinion, but boy, are we going to try our best to change that today.
No flame. Okay.
No flame. No, it's totally acceptable, but, I mean, we're going to do our best here. So what do you guys think of this song, just out of curiosity?
Did you say My Mai Tonight as in a comparison from season 2 to season 1?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were talking about I think you got something mixed up here. Like that's definitely not the B-side.
So
okay.
the song's incredibly bad, and I want to know why it's good, EJ.
No.
Okay, no, we'll get to that. Just okay. Let's see the tiebreaker here. What does Tyler think?
I know this song is like compositionally like really amazing, but I just in terms of the album, Hand in Hand just personally wins for me just because it's a little bit of an emotional thing just because it was kind of like the first Love Live song I found out on like by myself. Like I set out to watch Love Live and then Hand in Hand happened. It's just the sound I prefer, but I definitely don't hate the song at all. I like it a lot.
Let us know down below if you hate the song or not. And then at the end,
it's gonna be every single one of them. I'm the only one.
After EJ's done talking, after this 45 minutes of talking that he's gonna do, let us know down below if you love the song. Now, go ahead, EJ.
Local sticks found dead at computer from answering every question.
Yeah, local bone man.
Okay, so, well, I mean, I'm not really surprised by those answers because I've seen these guys' rankings before, and yeah, I knew they had Hand in Hand higher than Daisuki, Dattara,
Real quick,
which I think
though,
is actually...
This song's like pretty middling for me. I don't hate it. I couldn't keep the charade. I couldn't keep the charade alive. This song is like, I enjoy this song a lot.
Let it all out.
There are a lot of things I like about the song. It's probably my second least favorite song from season 1. That's like not an insult at all. Season 1 has a lot of really great songs.
Yeah, your least favorite song from season 1 ends up being something that's still really amazing.
So this song's like a pretty easy top 40 for me. I really enjoy it. I think there's a lot of really good stuff in it. So go ahead, EJ.
All right. So the reason I bring that up is because, you know, I normally don't just like tell my I don't normally bring up my rankings unless I'm asked directly because it's like the easiest way to start a flame war. But like I was saying, I really like S1 songs, and my top 10 has 5 from season 1. And if you narrow it down to top 6, 4 of them are from season 1.
Let's go.
And at the very, very top of that list, and it's not even really that close, I mean kind of close, but Daisuki, Dattara, Daijoubu is sitting at the very top, which I don't think is something that a lot of people say for exactly the reasons you guys were saying. It's not like a song that really jumps out at you. It has like a extremely straightforward lineup in terms of instrumentation. You have guitar, bass, drums, violin, and then some like extra accents in there. But the thing with this song is it weaves these elements in such a tightly controlled but still interesting way that I've never heard elsewhere in Love Live. And again, that's probably really surprising to hear for a lot of people, and people probably don't believe me when I say it because it sounds so simple and in some ways generic. But if there's one point that I'm going to make about this song that I want people to remember, it's this. This is a super clever piece of J-pop songwriting that's only masquerading as a run-of-the-mill insert song. Like, from a superficial level, it adopts like nearly every cliche imaginable, but the thing is, it underscores every single one of them with something unique and purposeful, and each one of them ties together in a fascinating way. And like, that's part of the appeal, because it's basically tricking you into thinking it's super basic, when in reality it's packing a ton beneath the surface. So it works both for like the mass audiences who just want more of the same, while also being a treat for those that take the time to dig into it a little bit more.
Yeah, you guys gotta
remember.
I'm
really liking the accelerated tone of speaking you have right now, EJ. You just kind of like, you're on like ×2 right now. I gotta get everything in on this song. And I
gotta go fast, and I probably also sound a little bit more excited than usual because this is a special case that I get to talk about.
So you guys got to remember, this man is Lantis. So if he says he hasn't heard, it's something new in Love Live, then it's something new in Love Live. He is Lantis. He has a gun. Okay, continue.
So before we get too deep, I'm pretty sure you were the one who said this, but if not, then hey, that's funny, I guess. Were you the person who said that the insert? Well, we were talking about the insert version of Hand in Hand having a good ending. Were you the one who said that the insert version of the song does not at all paint an accurate picture of this song, and to listen to the full version?
Very good point there. You have to listen to the full version of this song, and the reason for that, I mean, I'm gonna go over the reasons. It's because things are so like tied together. Like there are things in the end of the song that tie together to the beginning of the song, so you just straight up won't get the full experience. And on top of that, the PV version, like if you're just watching the episode, it like cuts off right before it gets to the chorus, so that like messes with the tension progression. But basically, like, yes, you should listen to the full version.
Please listen to all the full versions of the songs we talk about, because then you can really get some understanding of them.
I know.
Also, quick like side note that I wanted to make, like you guys, I remember we're talking about like well composed songs before, and the criterion that Tyler brought up was instrumentals that work well with the vocals together. This is like prime example of this of a song like that. If you listen to just the off vocal, you're not getting the full experience. The vocals and the instrumental are designed to work together very intentionally.
She's gushing. Go, keep gushing.
We're not done. Oh, you want me to keep going?
Go.
All right, here we go. All right. I want to put some breaks in there so you guys get your 2 cents in. So, all right, let's just start a new point here. So, again, there's going to be a ton of rabbit holes to fall down while talking about this song. So, for just now, I'm going to focus on just the violin and the guitar, okay? Just those two things. Okay. So, we're going to start with the pre-chorus, and you can break it down into 3 parts based on the solos. So, you have the Rico solo, the Yo solo, and the Chica solo. So, both of the first 2 pre-choruses, they start with Rico and Yo single-line solos, which are backed by guitar. And then those are followed up by a 2-line Chica solo, which is backed by violin. But then the final pre-chorus, the bridge, instead starts with the 2-line Chica solo, but it has neither in the background, and then it follows up with the Rico and Yo 1-line solos that feature both in the background. So it makes up for that spotlight difference for them not having as many lines as Chica does. And then in addition to evening out the distribution of that spotlight, the concept of the guitar and the violin coming together in that last part of the song, it serves another purpose in that it plays into this overarching narrative structure that the song has going on. So in those first 2 pre-choruses, the tone of the guitar and the drum beat itself, they change up from pre-chorus 1 to pre-chorus 2. So it starts out sounding a little bit more lighthearted and relaxed in the former, and then it's a bit darker and more tense in the latter. And so that fits into this narrative where it's going through the various stages of the budding idol process, which is like what the song is about. So you have that idealism in the first verse, which is the bright and happy notes. And then you have the struggle in the second act, which is the less energetic and more subdued tone. And then finally you have the realization of the dream in the third act, which is the explosive bridge in the final chorus.
Deep.
And the third act in particular is like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I said deep. I just said deep. Go.
Okay. And then the third act is a great example of what I was talking about, the song being deceptive, because it's a part of the song that you could easily dismiss as just being formulaic. Like they're doing the same thing as every other pop rock song. But the thing is, it's utilizing the formula here much more purposefully than other songs. So specifically in those other songs, there's oftentimes a key change in the final chorus, right?
Yeah.
But this time it actually has a reason to be there beyond just sounding good. So it adds this like pep and this exuberance to the voice that completes the picture which was set up by the first 2 choruses, because you have this big triumphant statement at the end that goes even further than just that lightheartedness of the first chorus, because you started out on the journey and then you went through struggles and then you overcame it and went to an even higher peak than you were at before. So they deliver the vocals to match on that part.
Look at him go. He's talking so fast.
You guys are all familiar with the pictures of like the calculus in front of someone's confused face.
He's talking so fast. He's popping up. Yeah. It's like from The Hangover.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, where's Zach Galifianakis right now? You guys might want to slow down the rest of this to slow it down just a little bit.
Oh, you can play it on like half speed.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Get some more time to digest what he's saying.
Do you have any opinions on the guitar and the violin in the song at all?
It's good. I just want to hear you more, EJ.
Agreed.
You're popping off so
hard.
Yeah,
okay, so let me explain my process real quick for EJ and everybody else. I've went over it a bunch of times, but we go crazy in the week leading up to the recording, listening to this song, or listening to the songs that we have to talk about, so we can get a better feel for them, jot down some early notes, get some early things in our head to talk about. And I did that with this song, but I thought like there was just this feeling of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
impending doom.
It was like futile. I was like, no matter what I say, no matter what I come up with, A, EJ already thought of it. B, he's gonna go crazy on it, and C, there's no point in me thinking about this.
He's gonna say it better than us.
I made sure to extra think about Oyasuminasan and Hand in Hand. So let me just
much appreciated.
Let me just say that like I appreciate that you're doing this, and please go as crazy as you want, because that is how I planned it out. And if you tell me right now that you have nothing more to say, we were ending this review right here.
About a week ago, when when I messaged the like group chat that all three of us are in, I was like, "Yo, EJ, remember you're coming on in about a week, or I think it was 2 weeks ago." And he was like, "Yeah, don't worry, I already got 4 pages of notes for Daijoubu." And I was like, "Perfect, we'll just let you go."
Do you know how long my note page is, or my note file is this time?
Let us know down below. Just some guesses down below. Winner gets a free car. 7.
Tyler?
9.
11.
Ooh,
Oh.
let's go. We can't say that. We can't.
Okay.
We can't say those 2 numbers back to back. I'm gonna have to blurt that out.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, just dub over Tyler. Just say like 8
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something
There we
like
go.
that.
There we go.
We can't.
Keeping all
Oh,
that joke.
oh no! it just hit me. Anyway,
Continue,
yeah, we don't have
EJ.
enough money for a car. Continue, EJ.
Okay, so now we're gonna take a step back a
Eat the
little bit.
rest of
Just
this cookie
go a
while you
little
go. I'm
higher
just gonna
level
mute
here.
myself and eat this cookie. Go ahead, man.
Sounds good. Okay, so this is something that I've written about a couple of times in my primers before. This is the only song I've done 2 basically full-length primers on, and I still have more to say about it. So the thing that I argue as being the single most important compositional attribute of it both times is alternation. And so I'll try to keep it short this time, but basically the idea is that the vocals and the instrumental flow between each other very smoothly, again, which is why it fits into that criterion of well-composed songs. But one example comes at the very start of the song where you have the girls singing these sustained la-la-las, and then every time they hold that final la, the guitar comes in and does its own riff like the equivalent of the la-la-las, and then when it starts to sustain a note, the vocals start doing it, etc., etc. And that's an example particularly of being like within a single subsection, so that's within the intro. But then it also happens between different subsections. So for example, between the end of the intro and the start of the first verse, everything pauses with the exception of the piano, which never actually pulls lead duties anywhere else. So it's basically serving as a connector between these 2 sections. And so there are also examples of it happening across different sections. So like chorus 1 will have something, chorus 2 will have something similar. And an example of that would be fills, which are alternated from chorus to chorus. So I'll come back to examples of those later, don't you worry. But the last couple of examples of this will be, it's not always between vocals and instruments. So sometimes it's between vocals, like at the end of choruses where you have the lead singer of the chorus sing a solo, and then it alternates with duet lines from the other 2. And then lastly, it also happens between instruments, and an example of that would be between the bass and the guitar at the start of the choruses. So it's a concept that's strung throughout the entire song, and it's a big reason why it has such a high level of energy, despite the fact that it's not breakneck fast or like heavy in its instrumentation or its mixing like some of the other energetic songs in the discography. And if you want to learn more about this, there's more detail in the primer, so hopefully we'll just put those in the description or
As
something
usual.
like that.
Sure.
But
It's in the description.
perfect.
Check it out, guys.
But yeah, so alternation is something that's really important from like both tonal and structural perspectives here. So
It's just the
this is
captions
why-
for this whole episode.
also, EJ, if you want to like go on another like 10 or 12 paragraphs in the comments, go ahead, man.
I'll do what I have to do. We'll see what people say about it. As soon as they start saying it's trash, I'm going to fight every single one of them. But so yeah, like the fact that it plays both into like the tone and the structural elements of the song is a reason why listening to them separately, like the vocal and the off vocal, it makes for basically an entirely different experience. So I don't know, what you guys think of the instrumental in general?
It's good. I like the song for its vocals a lot more. This is another song that like
Okay.
I like songs that only have like a small amount of members, because you get to enjoy like members' vocals more. You know, there's more solos like given out amongst the few members. So that's something I really like about the song. Instrumental, I feel the way how you hit on the very beginning. There's a lot of very basic things that happen with more complicated things underlying under it. And I just don't like care enough to listen for the more complicated stuff in the song, because I want to listen to the vocals. Like, so you know, I do care. That's a joke. It's a joke. Tyler, call my phone again.
Call him again.
But the instrumental in the song is good. But I like the vocals a lot in the song. That's the part that I love about it.
Let's talk about vocals. Talk to me. What do you think?
I gotta answer your
No,
question.
he's got to answer.
Oh, sorry.
It's very rare in a song where I listen to a not full unit song, and I like, to me, like what Luke was saying, non-full unit songs to me are all about the girls in the song, just because I feel like it just makes a lot of sense for playing off each other and just generally sounding really awesome. And there's very few examples where I really like care a lot about an instrumental for a non-full version song. This is one of them. This isn't one of them. Like I really like the vocals in this song. Like one of them is probably like G Senjo no Cinderella, just because it's so goddamn unique. But no, I think this song is really great for the vocals.
And there's like plenty of subunit songs that the instrumental is the star, with the vocals just being interesting, like cool that there's only 3 members, so there's so much more time for everybody. But there's something about like in this song in particular, something about like the lyrics, and I'm sure you might have something on this, that kind of enunciates Yo very hard, and I really like Yo's solos in the song. There's something about, do you have something on this?
I was just gonna mention that.
You were snickering, so I thought you had something on this. I was about to pull the cord on the chainsaw and just let you.
If you guys have
get
something
going.
to say, please absolutely
the
just
vocals,
say it.
and Tyler, I guess, was about to say it also. The vocals in the song, something about the lyrics. Obviously, I don't know Japanese. I'm not a weeb. Like there's something about them that whenever Yo pronounces any of the syllables or any of the consonants in the song, it's like super. What was the word that I just used like 4 seconds ago? Enunciated. Thank you.
Arch.
Holy hell, dude! I have a goddamn goldfish brain. I still remember all these football stats. I hate my life. So super like interesting like enunciations and stuff in it. She's very like on beat with all of her pronunciations. So super cool Yo solo. I really enjoy it. Go ahead,
EJ,
Tyler.
go ahead. It's okay.
Oh, did
You're
you
good.
have something, Tyler? I didn't know if you did.
Okay.
No,
I thought Tyler did.
Song good. EJ, please
EJ,
continue.
Oh, okay. I mean, if we're gonna stick with the theme of the vocals, yeah, I totally agree with Yo having those enunciated vowels, and particularly like in the final chorus. Basically, whenever she goes that high as far as power is concerned, you can hear a lot of those vocal quirks of hers in particular, and like the pronunciation of the U vowel sound is one that always really sticks out to me. Kind of like with Rin in Muse.
Well, now that you've
The
mentioned
U,
that,
yeah,
wow.
it is the U vowel. Interesting.
Yeah, even in group sections, it's not necessarily just solos. You can hear it in like Yozaro Anandamo all the time. It's like it's very much her signature.
In Genki Zenkai Day Asa no Kuki.
It is, yeah,
That's
no.
Yo.
No, that's super right. Well, look at him go.
It's a side effect from Shuka smiling constantly.
Yeah. Look at him go. All right, continue.
I really like both Yo and Chika's vocals in the song, but I would actually give performance of the song. Well, okay, I shouldn't say this. They're all really good. So I'll just say that I really do want to give Riko some props here. And this is something that I've mentioned numerous times before, but she has both some great solo sections and some great harmonies. In particular, in that second chorus, when she comes back into the trio at 2:33, there's a timestamp. She makes such a big impact. Like it's something that you don't really hear typically out of her in particular, or really anyone. But it's another example of the parts that are being sung being tailored to whoever's singing it. Just like in Kimeta Hand in Hand with the pre-choruses being tailored to Riko with the piano backing, they're doing it again here by giving her an extended absence from the harmony, and then like having her come in this like really like emphasized role, so you can really hear what it is that she brings to the group. And then also just like those the way that the chorus is written with so much alternation with the duets, I think it pairs well with her tendency to like swing the edges of her notes. So it really made good use of just her vocal skill set in particular.
The vocals are good.
When I record this podcast, I'm always like good posture boy. I am always sit up straight. I am always hyper alert. I don't think I've been this loungy in an episode ever. I'm like leaning back in my chair. I hope I'm close enough for my microphone for it to be good. Like my hands are like resting behind my head. Like this is the comfiest recording session I've ever done in my life.
Since I got my new computer, I haven't set it to where it doesn't go to sleep every 5 minutes or start to and then it goes to sleep every 30, but like the screens will black out every 5 minutes. And generally, I have to wave my mouse around like once, maybe twice during a recording to keep it going. Nah, we got it 3 times. We're about to have it a 4th. Let's go, baby. We long boys now. So, do you have anything else, EJ?
Can I quick say my stupid thing?
Go.
All right, the la 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 is just the Kimono Friends opening. It's the Kimono Friends opening. There, I've said it.
Okay, you've been saying this, and I've been holding off on listening to it because you said it ruined you.
Yeah,
so
don't.
Now after this episode,
don't
listen
actually listen to this episode either, because I'm gonna have Luke throw in the part I'm thinking of, which is the la la la
I know which
la
one you're talking
la
about.
la la la. Welcome to the Japari Park.
La 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 la
yeah, don't listen to it unless you. I mean, maybe you don't like Kimono
Let us
Friends,
know
who
down
knows?
below if you
But-
like Kimono Friends. Also, let us know down below if you cried when Grape Coon died. I did.
Oh,
That actually broke my heart. I haven't even watched the show.
yeah, that's real, man. We're all.
I didn't
Grape
watch
Coon.
the show either.
Grape Coon is us. I watched the show.
Num-
Listen, man, it was like a strong
he's
6.
#1 weeb worldwide.
Grape
Yeah.
Coon.
I'm in like 3 Kimono Friends like groups on Facebook just because I was trying to find one particular video, and I just haven't left them. They're so wholesome.
That Komodo Friends nice posting.
We're 20 minutes in. EJ, you got another 10 minutes worth of stuff?
Yes.
All right,
actually.
let's give him another 5.
Okay. So there's 2 more, I guess, big points that I want to make. So the first is, again, related to the idea of well-composed songs. And you guys actually asked this question on your podcast, I think 2 episodes ago. And I mean, I feel bad because I keep picking the same people, or same person when it comes to reading comments. But once again, Dextroy made a comment, and he was on point with something that I like to highlight in my analyses, which is the concept of tension buildup and release. So you guys have actually tangentially touched upon it with the idea of payoffs and things like this, so it's not entirely new to the listeners, but it's something that's used in most forms of music, and Dextroy brought up EDM in particular, where like a central part of many EDM songs is built around this concept, where you're building up from a dead silence, and it's with a beat that either like increases in volume or pace or complexity, and then it reaches an explosive climax and leads into the primary hook of the song. But this isn't something that's just in EDM, it's just most prominent in that genre. So like one of my favorite tension progression songs in Love Live is actually Gmo I. So it's something that you can find a lot in a lot of pop music because it's useful for keeping the listener's attention and sometimes for stringing extended compositional threads. And the simplest example is in pretty much every chorus where you'll hear a drum beat for 3.5 measures, then they'll toss in a fill, and then they'll start the next set of measures with a crash. So you can consider the fill, or even the beat, the build up in this case, and then the crash is the release. And of course, because it's a pop rock song that's trying to trick you into thinking that it's super simple, Daisuki dattara Daijoubu does this everywhere, but it also does what I was saying earlier with establishing that extended motif. So I told you I was gonna come back to these chorus fills, and so here it is. You have the same 3 to 3.5 measures of a drum beat, followed by a fill, followed by a crash. And in the first chorus, that fill is just like a 4-stroke snare roll. And in the second chorus, it's like 3 strokes on the toms. And then just like how the bridge combined the violin and the guitar from the first 2 pre-choruses in one like grand presentation, the final chorus also combines these fills by then doing a roll that goes over the whole kit with the snares and the toms. And I think that's a pretty cool detail as is, but then there's even more going on. So you have, between the second and third choruses, another case of tension buildup. So before the final chorus this time, because again, you're going from the quietest section of the song to the loudest. And right before they get to like the drop of the song at the final chorus, they start up a crescendoing roll that like cuts off just as it gets to its peak volume, and then it pauses and switches to a non-rolled snare plus tom crescendo, which I'm sure like you guys have all heard of. It's just like, you know, snare and tom together, and they get louder and louder with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the thing is, that ends up building slightly extra tension, like switching between the two, because that pause is kind of like a jarring non-transition. And the start of the chorus only partially releases that. So the full kit roll in the final chorus that I was talking about also serves to release that extra bit of tension, because it's basically the full roll that they deprived us of at the very start, like right at the bridge section. So they use the beat of the first half of the chorus to add that mini tension, and then they release all of it at once in a doubly satisfying way because it has a multi-purpose.
There it is.
I hope you don't mind these long silences after you talk.
We don't know if you're
what
going to
happen.
keep on going.
Yeah, no, I should find a way to say that I'm about to end or something like that. But yeah,
That's okay.
I mean, if you have any thoughts that you want to fill in there,
You know,
please.
man, I think you've covered most everything we would have said.
You want to talk about how the one composer who did this song, Kyo Takada, wrote every
hard.
song ever?
Yeah, he has written composed / arranged the most songs of any composer / arranger in Love Live.
This guy
Not by much, it's
arranged.
by 2, but
This guy arranged Bokura no Life, Kibito no Life. He's been around.
Decades.
He's
oh,
been
yeah,
here
this
for
guy's
a little bit.
mainstay. And okay, you know, I'm gonna admit that I don't think all of his songs are like the most amazing things that I've heard, but he's still my favorite composer because this puts it like so over the top. Because like it's obviously you have really well composed songs, things like Majuku Dreamer, right? But then you have songs like this which are so clever in their execution. They're not like beating you over the
just
head
kinda
with
like-
complexity or anything like that.
Yeah,
But
the
if
songs
you-
that like make you look at like they let you look at the song with like a smirk, like, I see what you're doing.
Exactly, like it's so satisfying to realize that there's so much going on here. Like if I could meet like anyone associated with this franchise, like voice actresses, the laughing producer guy from Economics, I would choose this guy first and shake his hand.
Just shake his hand. Don't talk to him.
I'm sure
about
he's
anything.
easier to actually. I'm sure he's easier to get in touch with than like the
wish-
seiyus. So
That's like doubly as that's what makes it so great. Like there would be no line at his booth. I'd be like, I would just show him like a transcription, and then I would just have him sign and just be like, thank you.
I
just translate "I love you" into Google Translate.
wish producer San was my dad.
Your dad watching our podcast
Yes.
sheds a tear. Like maybe I'll check out one episode. It's like the one. What was I gonna say? Luke, he composed an arranged moment ring. So, that's cool.
Would still meet all 18 of the Seiyus before him, and probably the 9 PDP
Fair enough. I can't
Seiyus
blame.
before
I
him.
won't blame anyone. Everyone probably thinks I'm extra lame for what I just said. That's fine. I don't care. Y'all are haters.
I want to meet our boy Effie.
Or
for
girl,
being
then
on-
we'll
Our
know.
boy,
That's
boy
we'll
Effie
know.
with a question
Yeah,
mark. I'm pretty sure
just
Effie's a
wanna
boy.
meet
I'm pretty
Effie
sure
to know.
Effie's. I'm pretty sure Effie's Twitter picture is male, so we're gonna go with our boy Effie.
All right, so this is something that I wanted to mention simply because I'm not going to be on the other S1 songs, and you guys already know I love S1. But basically, like, out of everything that we've gotten so far, like anime seasons, the movie, sub-unit releases, like every block of songs that we've ever gotten, this one, for me at least, like stands on top of all of them, and it's not even close. And a huge reason for that is the creativity and the songwriting. And I basically categorize these songs into 2 groups. So the first is completely original songs, meaning songs that incorporate sounds or compositional techniques that we haven't seen elsewhere in the franchise. And so the prime example of that kind of song would be Mijuku Dreamer, which doesn't have a counterpart you can point to and say, like, it sounds pretty similar to this song because it's doing things that we've never heard before.
Right.
And then the second group of songs that are pretty noticeably influenced by songs or genres that we've heard in the past, they still spin those influences in unique ways that we haven't heard before. And so we talked about 2 pretty good examples of that today, actually, with Kimeta Yo Hand in Hand and Daisuki dattara Daijoubu. But the reason that I bring this up is because, I mean, obviously I just love the way that the song sounds, but something that often gets lost in the evaluation of S1 songs in particular is how they fit into the anime. And by that I don't mean like how the story works them in or how well the lyrics reflect what's going on screen. I mean specifically like a detail that's gotten lost over time, which is that the whole season was written to address the inevitable Muse comparisons. So season 1 of Sunshine was the first ever major spin-off in the series, which obviously had like a die-hard fan base for a ridiculously successful once in a generation type of success story. And so obviously they had their work cut out for them in promoting this new group from the ground up. And especially in the early stages of the season, there were all kinds of discussions going on regarding whether or not they were doing a good enough job distinguishing them.
remember.
Yeah, you guys
Get
were
me
there,
out.
right?
Luke was.
Well, he wasn't. I was. Get me out.
But yeah, like you had some people saying like, no, I don't think they're doing enough. It kind of feels like they're riding Muse coattails. And then you have other people saying like, pah, you guys just don't understand. We, the intellectuals, can see that this is actually a subversion.
Tips
Galaxy
Fedora.
brain to EJ.
So clearly it was a pretty divisive topic as far as the anime was concerned, but regardless of the events of the anime itself, the music did a phenomenal job making that transition because of those qualities I was talking about earlier. So the season starts off with songs like Kimeta, Yo Hand in Hand, and Daisuki dattara Daijoubu, which are songs that have like direct analogs in SIP, so like Susume Tomorrow and Star Dash. So they have this familiar sound and vibe that can ease hesitant Muse fans into appreciating what the new group has to offer, but they also do enough innovating to distinguish the group as being its own entity and gives them the opportunity to push their boundaries as the season goes on. Because like if you were to start off with like Baby Maybe Koi no Button and then go directly into Mijuku Dreamer, that'd probably throw some people off, right? But with this method, they can slowly draw in the purist audience without compromising what makes Aqua Aqua, and then they can start to incorporate songs that are totally unique with no real ties to the stuff that Muse had done before.
Whoa.
So,
Whoa, wait.
what's up?
We say aquas around here.
Aquas?
We're,
Okay.
we're also very wrong.
Yeah, we say aquas around
also-
here.
I'll make a
This
note
is
of
an
that.
aquas neighborhood. Continue.
Sorry, this is my first Aquas episode, so I didn't know. But in addition to just liking how the songs sound, I really loved the approach that they took to the ordering of these songs and how they wrote these songs, because it did a really good job introducing Aquas to the wider anime watching
There it
audience.
Don't
is.
say that. It's wrong.
Okay.
We're already wrong as it is. I can't steer people in the wrong direction here.
Hey, you were on for another Aqours episode. You were on.
Yeah, he was
my
on
God,
for
please.
he was on for Aquarium.
Rip.
Has this been mentioned like every time I've come back ever
I
since
think
then?
so.
Literally
I think
every
so.
time. Okay,
I
that's gonna be.
I can't express the level of travesty I felt when I like. All right, so first of all, we had to record 2 episodes that night anyway because I was like leaving, so I was like dead by the time it was over. I was like, goodbye, EJ.
I was leaving.
Oh, and then but then I was
Minnesota
leaving
for my
too.
sister's
So
wedding, yeah.
so you left and like I breathed like the biggest sigh of relief. I was like, oh god. Not that I was happy you were gone, but I was like, all right, we're done with one. We got to get on to the second one. And then I listened to the files that you sent me, and I was like, no.
No.
This can't have happened.
So Tyler and I recorded, and then he texted me. He was like, Luke, and he was like freaking out. I was like, okay. I was also freaking out, but I was like, Tyler, it'll be okay. We'll just it's all fine. and I was like, how do I text EJ now, or how do I message EJ and like have it not sound like I'm mad at him, because I'm not mad at him, although I'm dead inside.
You guys said you were mad at me. I assumed that you were just lying through your teeth.
No, we were not mad at you.
I wasn't mad at you. We were not mad. We wouldn't have you on another 4
You
times.
also might have prevented us from prevented it from happening with other guests too. So thank you for being the young first guest guinea pig. We appreciate it. Oh my God, we still
32
have more
minutes.
episode. All right, sorry, Luke.
Let's
one
go,
of the
boys.
few times I actually like come to you like, Luke, I need a break. Please edit this. And you're like, no problem, friend. And it ends up being our literal longest episode.
Hey,
Sorry.
man. Hey, what can you do, dude? What can you do? It's cool.
The only other things I have left are small bullet points. We can just cut those out. We're good to go.
No, believe we're gonna get to them. You're gonna get your spammy part at the end.
You're gonna get your
But
30
we have a
seconds.
whole
I
nother
don't
song
know
to
if I'll
talk.
have time for them.
We have a whole nother song to talk about.
You fit as much as you can into that 30
Okay.
seconds. All right, let's get on to episode 4.
Episode 4, Two Girls' Feelings.
Is gay.
Yeah, this is the first Ruby episode with air quotes.
Yeah, air quotes. This is the Hanamaru episode.
Yeah.
With featuring heavily featuring Ruby.
Yes.
We get some. First thing first, we get some. I don't know if you guys know about the odyssey of sweaty Hanamaru, but we get some sweaty Hanamaru in this episode. I for like 6 months tried to get sweaty Hanamaru. That's the one where the idolized it's the workout one, and the idolized they're like cheerleaders.
Otherwise known as the Big Sweat.
The Big Sweat. For like 6 months, I tried to get that goddamn. Longer than that, it might have been a year.
I didn't want to.
And I spent too much money. I might have lied to my girlfriend last week about how much I might not have told her how much I actually spent, and I don't want to say here because she might listen to this. So can't have that. But finally got the card. It's the best. But we got some sweaty Hanamaru running up those stairs.
I got
praise.
I don't know. I pulled the card like a week after Luke finally got it. Thank God I didn't get it before him. And I like borderline didn't tell him. I was like, do I tell him that I just pulled this card after not trying?
And like right when I pulled it, I pulled 4 more in the span of like 2 months. So like I have many sweaty.
I idolized the hell out of
Hanamarus
that
now.
card.
Full team.
No, dude, no. I kept them all. Yeah, I kept them all just sweaty. I did not idolize. I did not use any of them other ones to idolize anything. I was like, keep them sweaty.
So this is the one where Hanamaru convinces Ruby to join the school idol club while trying to keep it secret from Daya because she's still like a raging, like, used person.
So like I think this episode's got a nice little emotional tinge to it. You know, like Hanamaru doesn't like believe in herself. You know. I think it's one of the more you could say like obviously the Mari Kanan joining, although it's less like join Aqours. It just like assumed at the end, oh, they join Aqours. But this for me, this is one of the more emotional joinings. This is a super good one.
Yeah, I totally agree. It probably like ends on my second favorite like episode ending ever. Honestly, like the magazine flip. Oh, it kills
yeah,
me
it's
every
so good.
time. Love
She's
it so
like,
much.
bye bye.
I like the
I'm like, no, not bye bye.
no bye bye. I like the scene where like Hanamaru is looking up at Ruby, who's like Hanamaru's like, go my son, and then Ruby like runs up the stairs.
And Hanamaru walks down and dies there. And she's like,
Goodbye,
hey,
my son.
hey, bitch. And she's like, hey, bitch, Ruby's gonna be an idol.
Now, who remembers when that
That's
happened?
my Hanamaru voice. Yeah.
Man, looking back
When's
on
our-
it, I
when
really
is
liked
our-
this episode, and she never
Yeah.
got another one again.
Also,
when are we making our dub?
oh, that's a project. I feel like we should finish like the entirety of Center
I'm a-
Stage before we even think about that.
I'm gonna talk like this for all the Hanamaru parts. She's actually Darth Vader,
There's another part I wanted to talk about with this.
but with hands.
Oh geez, what was it? Oh, I kind of wish we got more, like, I mean, obviously Hanamaru was a bookworm throughout the whole series, but she doesn't become like gremlin tier like yum snacks for like a little bit. And I really like this Hanamaru, and it's a shame we don't
Same.
get like a whole lot of it, because I really like it. I mean, I'm cool with Hanamaru being however she is, you know, like she just has this guise of being like a small SMOL librarian, but really she's just a snack monster. But
I think it's in episode 3 when they're at the bookstore and you know, like Ruby buys the one magazine and he's like, I'm
Hanamaru
gonna
has
get
the
this
cart.
one, and she's like, what are you getting? And she gets the whole cart, and then she gets the massive satchel full of books on the way home. Like that's what she's carrying them in. Like give me more 10,000 house built out of books, Hanamaru.
Yeah, I
And-
really like that aspect of her character because it's so like unique. Like who else really does that in the series? You know what I mean? It feels like it's definitely her niche.
She's a nerd.
and on a completely planned psychic 4,000 IQ scheduling thing by us,
It was
Galaxy
accidental.
Brain.
Galaxy Brain.
It was accidental.
We definitely didn't set up the episodes to end on episode 4, the Hanamaru episode, when we were about to talk about the Hanamaru solo song. Completely intentional.
We didn't even know the solo song existed
Uh,
when we set up the schedule.
so you guys ready to listen to Oyasuminasan? We're not even done with this. Oh my god, play this song.
37. Wait.
37?
37 minutes. Let's go, baby.
特別なことじゃなくてそばで毎日笑い合える割とこれ難しいと少しわかった最近かも言葉にはできないような悲しみ立ちした時無力な自分悔しいと涙ポロリ落ちるだけど笑顔で明日のちょっとしたお楽しみ考えてたら晴れるよ胸の空はあいつも幸せを望んでるからなんて文学的な気分で眠ろうかおやすみなさい
So the first weirdest thing about the song, whenever I listen to the song, I'm instantly just barraged with this idea of Hanamaru singing more than one solo. It's super strange to me because we are the resident hating on Azalea podcast. We are the resident Love Live hating on Azalea podcast. There we
Remember,
go.
I'm not a regular on this, so you don't have to throw me in there.
So like because we never listen to Azalea songs, we never get to experience Hanamaru solos. So this is just a super strange song for me personally. Being a Hanamaru fan, I'm like, is this what she sounds like when she sings longer than a line and a half? And it is, and it's super good.
Yeah, I had some internal monologue today. I was like thinking about like if Aqours ended right now, what would I think? And I was like, you know, like we got some good resolutions. Like Kanan got some pretty good character development and some not bad parts. Ruby got her episode; it was all good. And then I thought like, you know, Hanamaru really got the short end of the stick in terms of songs.
Yeah.
And then I remembered Azalea exists, and I was like, oh wait.
Yeah,
Hold on.
that's the issue with us. We just forget that, you know,
I do think Hanamaru got definitely a shorter stick than everybody else
Yeah.
right this second, but there's a lot of Hanamaru that we don't actually get to
when-
listen to because
When we get new subunit songs this summer, I think it's this summer, or fall, I don't remember. But when it happens, I know 2 months before the Azalea song comes out, I'm gonna get hyped up again. It's just like with the new Dragon Age. The moment I start getting hyped up, everybody please put me down. because I'm just gonna be disappointed again, and that's fine. It's fine. You know, it's just it's okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because like I'm not one that has like Hanamaru at the very top of my list of favorite characters, but for some reason when it came to this whole idea of her getting a solo, people like who are super big Hanamaru fans for whatever reason were so pacifist about the fact that she was getting utterly shafted. I was getting mad on their behalf. Like, you guys need to complain to me, Lantis, and like get me to make more songs that feature your girl because she is really good.
We're just getting cucked right now. We've just subjugated ourselves into this role. So on to the song. Unless you got something, Tyler.
I was going to talk about Hanamaru fans being stereotypically like, "Hello, friend."
Just the most
like
mellow
Hanamaru
people.
herself.
Like a smile, like it's okay. Exactly. That shit. They're just Hanamaru in real life.
Exactly me. Just the most mellow people in the universe. Yeah, let's go. So vocally, I really like the song. There's a couple super neat parts. I like at the ending. She kind of like almost loses control. You know, like Hanamaru's kind of thing now is she slurs a little bit here and there, but overall is like super proper about it. Like just a very good vocally trained person. But she kind of like loses it a little bit at the end. Like she just sounds like she's having such a goddamn fun time at the end of this song. That's something that I really appreciate. You got this kind of this, you know, Hanamaru is the country girl, and we've talked about the Chica song, how and now, you know, the Rico and
the Rob Schneider
Yoshiko
song.
The Rob Schneider song, yeah. Now that that we have the previews of the Rico and Yoshiko song, how these seem like super character driven, and I'd agree with this one again. Like she's this country bumpkin girl, she calls herself that, and it's just this very like country sounding acoustic guitar wacky song. I think we referred to it earlier this week in the bonus episode as "This song's funny."
Humorous song.
It's a humorous song. We're 2-0 on funny songs.
This is just
like
Hanamaru,
them existing.
Hanamaru just bobbing down her little Inaka countryside, like waving hello to her two neighbors.
No,
like,
to the squirrels. And
yeah, I
to
was literally
the
just
trees.
gonna say.
There's white. It's like a dirt road, and there's white picket fences and a couple little hills off to the side. And
I was actually just gonna say, she like
down the road.
She waves and she's like, "Hello, frog." Like that.
Good night, frog.
Good night. Yeah,
night.
good night,
sorry.
frog. Yeah, she's coming home from school.
The library. Sorry, Lantis.
No problem.
When I looked up, I think we made the joke before. This is like this country road song that you'd like listen to when you're road tripping. And so I was like, all right, what does this song like mean in English, right? So I pull up the name, put it in Google Translate, but I put it in the Romanji, and for some reason it said a vacation. And I was like, yo, let's go. And so I looked at the lyrics and it said good night, and I was like, I'm pissed. So I took the kanji and put it in Google Translate. It said good night. I was like, no.
It's not the fifth summer vacation single.
Yeah. I've betrayed myself. I was so tilted.
Natsuo no Tobira, it's still goddamn going on version. There's a line cliche at the end of the chorus. The na 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 na. That's the Tyler cheat code for those new to the podcast. I've explained what a line cliche is about 700 times, so I'm not going to do it again. But
yeah, just watch
there.
all of our episodes if you haven't.
That's it. What was I going to say?
Buy Google Red or buy YouTube Red, download them all, and then you can listen to them on the go. Buy YouTube Red now.
And donate to our Patreon.
But donate to our Patreon.
I wish.
And to our big man Tyrone fund.
Crowdfunding, yeah. The solo or the guitar at the beginning just gets me, fam. It is so nice. It's a brand new acoustic guitar. Like acoustic guitars, like when a lot of guitar, like I don't know, the sound really, really matters from the amplifier. Like the guitar itself, obviously a better quality guitar is going to make better sound, but you know it's usually like the amplifier that does a lot of the work. But you can hear a brand new stringed acoustic guitar. And they went out to Guitar Center right before this song and bought one.
Japanese Guitar Center.
Japanese Guitar Center.
Bought some new strings.
Guitar Center. They.
Is that racist?
No, that's Guitar Center.
Let us know down below.
Let us know down below if I'm racist. No, but it's so crisp and it's so nice, and you can tell it's just a new sounding guitar, and
It's very rare that we actually get like an acoustic guitar solo, especially in Love Live. I can't think off the top of my head another time that we did. Can you guys?
Snow Halation? I guess it's Spanish
okay,
guitar,
well,
but that's still
I guess that's cheating if you count every early Muse song that had like a nylon guitar.
Yeah, I was about to start listing them off actually.
We haven't had one in 50 years.
They didn't have very many instruments. Like, what did you want them to do?
I just imagine like Lantis like opens up a closet. They got like some maracas, like guitar.
They got some dusty xylophones.
Haven't been
Like,
touched
we gotta
since
make it work.
2014.
Yeah, we gotta make it work.
Yeah, the guitar is really good. Like when we were listening to it before we started recording, I was asking Tyler to confirm like one of the sounds that they're using on like a rhythm guitar in the pre-chorus. It has this really nice like chorus effect on it, and apparently like some like funky reverb. So I thought that's a really nice like warm effect that works well with the country vibe.
It does, and I didn't really realize it until you pointed it out. The obvious thing to talk about the song is how it's a combination of Oyasuminasan, which is good night, and Minasan, which is everybody. So the whole song is good night, everybody. Really sorry to ruin your vacation dreams, Luke. I mean, you can still like vacation and listen to the song
I
if you
was
want.
so sad. I was so hyped. I was like, yo. It was before we got into this call. It was like yesterday, and I was like, yo, let's go. And I was about to text you, and I was like, let me just make sure about this with the content, like with the lyrics to see it. And I was so disappointed. I haven't been this sad in a long time. I haven't been this sad since watching Muse Final Live. I haven't been this sad since like my 12th time watching Kimi no Na wa. So like
Since the boneless wings.
The boneless wings travesty.
No, EJ, no, I'm ruined.
I had to take your mind off this vacation tragedy.
Okay, when I went down to Anchorage for 2.5 weeks to hang out with my girlfriend, and like we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. We don't have a Buffalo Wild Wings in Fairbanks. I really like Buffalo Wild Wings, and we went and I bought the 18 wings, which is like I think the medium, and it was $20, so it's kind of expensive, but I was like, it's worth it for that Caribbean jerk. And I was like, they're really good. I wasn't super hungry, so I only ate 8 of them, and I was like, let's box the rest and take it home. And then we forgot it, and I ran back inside, but it was just too late. The guy had just thrown it away like a minute before, and I didn't know. I didn't want to ask, where's the trash? I had to take him out of the trash. That'd be really weird. I was so sad.
Let us know down below if you like Caribbean jerk. I'm more of a wild kind of guy.
Asian zing.
Asian zing is good, but I just wanted something mellow because I was like, oh, Annika might want some of these, but she doesn't really like to eat spicy food, so I'll get something kind of on the mild side.
Tell her to heck off. That's exactly what my girlfriend does. I think in my head, like, my girlfriend might want some of these, so I order the hottest ones.
I was so sad.
Do you guys remember when this was a Love Life podcast?
That hasn't been true since like episode 6.
I think my favorite part about this recording is we used up all of EJ's juice in the last song. So now we gotta like plug him back in and charge him back up for this.
Yo,
one.
I can give you 1 point if you want. I just don't want to take up too much
let's
time.
go.
Okay, so you guys were talking about.
Is this about Oyasuminasan?
Yes, it is.
Okay, we're still on the song. Okay,
Yeah, we gotta make sure.
Okay, so going back to like your point about it sounding country, yeah, I think that's one thing that a lot of people recognized like when they first heard the preview, and they normally attribute it to that twangy guitar, and that's totally right. But like one thing that I think is also really cool is the rhythm in the song. So basically, like I would call the central rhythm of this song a Love Live version of a train beat, and a train beat is a beat that's used in styles like country and bluegrass, and it's basically like a snare and bass beat, which you're playing a constant snare roll that's accented to sound like trains running over a track, which is why it's called the train beat. And the intro and the choruses are the clearest examples of where they do that. But then when you go into like the way Love Live does it, they incorporate more hi-hat work than the super traditionalist stuff. So that's why I call it the Love Live version. But the verses, they actually skew a little bit more toward a rock sound than a country sound, because they start to work in some more kick and spread the snare out a bit. So like rather than in a regular train beat where you have 2 accented snare strokes adjacent to each other, they put a rest between them to offset it and give it like a swingier feel. So I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah, super neat, yeah. Make sure to plug yourself back in after that.
Oh yes, I have exactly like one more decently sized point and then only smaller ones. So whatever you guys want to say,
we'll save
all
that
the time
for the
in the
30.
world.
We'll save that for the 30.
Okay.
Do you got some other stuff, Tyler?
I can't get over the fact that it's just a bobbing up and down song. Like I act like my brain bobs up and down when I hear the song.
Yeah,
I'm
bobbing around in the chair
IQ,
right now just thinking about it.
600 IQ Galaxy, we plan this brain. Okay. So I hope you guys, like, go ahead.
I think we should get to the main attraction of this show.
Ooh, if you guys already didn't enjoy, if you guys weren't already in the middle of enjoying our longest episode to date, here's some more episode. EJ.
It's the EJ hour. It's only 30 seconds each.
All right, starting in about 15 seconds, EJ will say everything that he missed, and by everything we mean, hey, you know,
most things.
He's got 30 seconds for each song.
Do I seriously only have 30 seconds?
Yeah, we're only giving you 30 seconds because we're kind of going long.
Oh, here we go. All right, you ready?
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, screw it. I'm going straight to Daisuki, dattara, Daijoubu. So let me take you back to the bridge in the final chorus. So remember how I was saying that the crescendoing roll and the snare and the tom build-up are both useful for building and relieving tension in their own ways? So do you also remember how I said that the pause between the two was the source of a little extra tension that the big roll that happens later in the chorus doesn't fully resolve? That in itself is an extension of motif from earlier in the song. So the previous two choruses have a break in the instrumental between the pre-choruses and the choruses that build tension because they're only partially bridged by the vocals, while the rest of the transitions in the song are so instrumentally dense that there's never that kind of silence elsewhere.
30 seconds. Hey, cut him off, Luke. Hey.
We're going to continue with Daisuki, dattara, Daijoubu. There's no exact analog in the final chorus because it's structured significantly differently, but that slight pause basically serves the same function. And even though it may seem like a coincidence, it actually does so in the exact same way that the other pre-chorus pauses do. And we know this because it lines up perfectly with the same set of lyrics that start the other two choruses. So this is another example of a song adhering to a particular checklist, but checking each box in a unique and interesting way. And so now I'm going to actually go back and relate this a little bit to Hand in Hand. So remember how I was talking about the use of claps in Kimeta yo Hand in Hand? So they show up in Daisuki, dattara, Daijoubu as well.
All right, you're cut off. All right, you're on
but a cool one. And what they do is they show up in the first two choruses as connectors between a trio line and a chica line that leads directly into the pre-choruses. So in the first verse, it's purely a connector. So it's filling in the gaps between the trio line and the chica line. And in the second verse, it instead overlaps the start. It overlaps with the start of Chica's line and wraps around the lined up syllables for emphasis leading into the pre-chorus. And then one last point, and guess what? It's going to be about okay, no, not one last point. One last point about Daisuki, dattara, Daijoubu. So let's go even further back. So remember how I was saying that the song follows a narrative structure that the pre-chorus instrumental reflects? That's not something that's just applicable to the guitar riffs. It's actually manifesting in some of the roles that I've already talked about. So I just reiterated the fact that the snare roll in the first chorus and the tom roll in the second chorus play into that final chorus roll, but it turns out they also play into the narrative because the first is much livelier and more in your face, while the second is much more subdued.
15 more seconds and I'm cutting you off.
And then this also applies to the rolls leading into the choruses, with the one in the first chorus being a true roll and the second one being more of a slow walk. And it also applies to the piano connectors between the first two verses, with the first one being a full lick and the second one being just a quick couple of notes, like a little twinkle sound.
Hey, no Hanamaru solo, but we did it.
Hey,
I swear. Okay,
I'm gonna relate this back to Hand in Hand. Remember the claps? I'm clapping for you.
I'm hovering over the Hanamaru stuff. I actually did have some points to make, so I promise you that this song is good and I like it. Oh,
you got 15 seconds.
Okay, so there's tension release during the second verse that I think is pretty interesting in Oyasuminasan as well. So it opens with a skeletal instrumental, but then after a few measures, it incorporates a little bit more hi-hat work, and then it gets into the beat, and then that's carried through the rest of the verse. And when they get to that full beat, it's kind of like what they do in the tuba song Taiyo Oe Kakuro. So I thought it's pretty cool because they're delaying it, like they're delaying the gratification a half step when they're giving you just a little bit of it initially. So it fits into the whole second verse drum beat having the groovier feel.
Yeah, that was longer than 15, but I gave it to you. Okay. All right.
Thanks, man.
Well, congratulations.
Calculus, but stronger.
Get some congratulations in the chat to EJ. You got another minute and a half out of
that. Was literally just gibberish. No one is going to get anything out of what I just said.
Yeah, just slow it down. It'll be fine. Just rewind the last 3 minutes, slow it down to half speed.
If there's anyone that's actually going to try to do that, it's going to be Styx. So I'm interested to see.
All right. So moving on to our question. Our question for you guys today.
Oh my. There's more show.
Our question for you guys today is pertaining to, we got 2 second-year songs. So we wanted to ask you guys, what is your favorite age group song from Aqours? So we got Cinderella's, that's kind of gross G-string. We got Waku Waku Week. We got Hand in Hand, Daijoubu, and I don't remember what the one...
Soramo Kokoro.
It's really good, though. Yeah, that one. So... Tyler, let you go first.
Hello.
What you got?
Okay, back in the day, I almost just wanted this talk like back in the day. Back in the day, I couldn't decide whether I liked the big three for me were Waka Waka Week, Hand in Hand, and G Cinder no Cinderella. and I was like, I know Cinderella's my least favorite, but I can't figure out if I like Waka Waka Week more or Hand in Hand. And then I don't know what happened, but we just flipped everything upside down, and all of a sudden, Cinderella on the G-string just became my favorite. I just love the hell out of this song. I've talked about it so much. I think I've actually used this as an answer for a question like 2 videos ago, so I'm not going to talk your ear off again. But I love the instrumental. I think it's arguably one of the best composed songs in the entire franchise. Everyone sounds incredible in it, and I like to snap. And you can do that in that song.
Let's go.
What about you, fam?
Which one of us is fam? We're both fam. Okay, EJ, we're gonna say our answer at the same time.
I'm fam status now.
We're gonna say our answer at the same time. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Waku Waku Week.
Sora Markokoro.
Whoa!
What?
That was a plot twist.
Whoa!
What? I don't know what to say.
Okay.
What was the question again?
Your favorite year song from Aqours?
Oh, Daisuki dattara Daijoubu.
Okay. I was so confused. Anywho, I really like Waku Waku Week. It's like Genki Zenkai Day Day, but without the travesty. It's really fun. I like how they say their autisms at the end. Okay, go ahead.
I've never experienced such a just sheer bewilderment in my life before.
My head hurts from that exact moment. Go ahead. Go.
No, real, yeah, I love the part at the end when they get to scream their catchphrase.
Their autisms. Thank you. So EJ, you've already said enough. So his answer is Daijoubu. You go listen to it again for 36 minutes. Was it 36?
No. EJ, tell us in
Oh no.
Can we limit this? Tell us in one sentence why you like Daijoubu's.
Oh no. In one sentence that is 10 words or less. You gotta be careful.
Okay.
No. You know what? Make a haiku. Haiku.
Right now. Haiku. Right now.
Make a haiku about
now.
how much you like the song.
Let us know down below.
575.
Actually, yeah, let us know down below what your favorite haiku is.
Why don't they have to answer this question in a haiku?
You gotta answer this question in a haiku. Oh, we didn't. But that's fine. We're the host.
All right, I'll do it
you
right
guys
now. You ready? Hold on, wait. Daya is real good. Mari is on the cruise ship. High harmonies. Wow. All right, there you go. What about you, Luke?
Waku Waku Week. Wow, is this song so damn fun? They sound like some goons. There we go. All right, go ahead, EJ.
Second year singers and a great composition make my favorite song.
That was better than
Make my
High
favorite
harmonies,
song.
wow.
Make my favorite song. That's 6 syllables, EJ.
Oh, I don't say it favorite. Come on now, favorite.
I'll give him a pass on this one.
Okay. I just want the episode to be over.
We're done talking about Daijoubu.
Give him a pass. Okay, let us know down
funny
below.
joke. To imagine I was so naive at the beginning of this recording to say, hey, we should try to finish it a little fast so I can get some food on campus before the place closed.
Yeah, hell no.
The place closed. The place closed like an hour and a half ago.
No one can hold me down. There are no chains that can hold me.
So before, when we started recording this, I was like, I fully expected this to be an hour, like over an hour. And then we got done with the first segment, I was like, we might break our record. And then I think right after the Daijoubu one, I was like, we're 2 hours, we're in, baby.
We are never going to get this again.
All right.
This is it. This is pinnacle. Holy heck.
Thanks.
Props to anyone who made it all the way through.
I'm sweating. Thanks for watching.
I feel like this is like the optional boss of our podcast,
Yeah.
this whole episode.
The 4-hour-long episode.
Anyone who's still here at the end is a real one.
Yeah,
hell
if you just want to like go for another like 3 hours, EJ, I'll just like put it at the end. No. Thanks so much for being on again, EJ. Links to his Reddit are down below. Go check out his write-ups. They are very interesting and very cool.
In which you can read at your own
In which
pace.
you can read at your
Yes.
own pace,
Very
and you don't have to
important
slow
detail.
down the video.
Yeah, thank you so much, EJ. We really appreciate always having you on. When's the next time you're on?
Thanks for putting up with this. Next time I'm on, I don't actually know.
I don't think he's
Let's
scheduled
find out.
for many more. No, he's got to be scheduled for something else.
Yeah, the next time you're on, it is G Senjo no Cinderella, Thrilling One Way, and Tuba Song.
Wow, we
Wow.
did it.
And that's on 420.
I guess we'll see you guys next week with, what are we doing? We got
Mijuku Dreamer.
Mijuku Beamer, well, and the other song,
And,
Yume
Yume de Yozora
Terashita.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love that album. Both songs are so good.
All right, you'll have you on again next week then.
Perfect.
Okay, well,
Have
we
a good
might
one,
not. We don't know
boys.
yet. Okay.
They don't know if they want to bring me back.
Can we get, with Tyler, me, and EJ combined, can we get to an hour-long song talk about Majuku Dreamer? I think we
Easily.
can. All right.
Yeah, this is.
See you
All right,
guys
goodbye,
next
guys.
week.
See ya.
待ってたよ甘い